Do you want to buy a home but don't think you can afford it because of the down payment? Let's talk about that. Hi, I'm Tom Byrd with Keller Realty, and today we're going to talk about the options to purchase a home with 0% down payment in Georgia. Now, there are three main options, and I will cover each, but make sure you stay to the end because I'm going to talk about what's the catch. The state of Georgia has a wonderful program called Georgia Dream Loans. Here is a direct quote from the Georgia.gov site. It says, "Dreaming of buying your first home? The Georgia Dream Homeownership Program fulfills homeownership dreams by providing affordable mortgage financing for eligible homebuyers. Often the biggest obstacle to homeownership is being able to afford the down payment. The Georgia Dream Homeownership Program can help qualified borrowers clear this hurdle." Essentially, the Georgia Department of Community Affairs, or the DCA, will give qualifying participants a 0% interest rate loan on their down payment assistance. So buyers go through the normal loan process with their desired lender, and once pre-approved, make a separate application to the DCA for their funding. Buyers are only required to make a down payment of $1,000, and that can even be a gift from a friend or family member. So who qualifies for the Georgia Dream? In the Atlanta metro area, and you can use the Georgia Dream for a purchase of up to $350,000. Now you can see from this graphic that all the counties that qualify for the Atlanta metro area. Feel free to hit that pause button for a detailed look. Applicants can have a household income up to $86,500 for 1 to 2 applicants, or if there are 3 more applicants, that amount can be $99,500 here in the Atlanta metro area. The only other requirements are you need a minimum credit score of 640, you have not owned a home in the last 3 years, and you do not have liquid assets, which is essentially cash, and more than $20,000 or 20% of the sales price, whichever is greater. And then you qualify for the loan through your preferred vendor. Now the next option is a VA loan. VA loans can be made with 0% down payment. Now this is right off the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs website. Nearly 90% of VA loans are made with no down payment. Now who qualifies for a VA loan? Active duty service members need only have been serving for the last 90 days, provided that was continuous 90 days. They meet the active duty requirement. Now for those that have previously served, the requirements will change depending on what time frame you serve. So for example, if you served between August 2nd, 1990 through today, at least 24 continuous months, or the full period of at least 90 days for which you were called or ordered to active duty, or at least 90 days if you were discharged for a hardship or a reduction in force, or less than 90 days if you were discharged for a service connection disability, then that will make you eligible for a VA loan. And the final option that we will look at today is a USDA loan. That's a program run by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the USDA. And first and foremost, the home you are wishing to purchase must be in their qualified area. So the home actually needs to qualify before an individual qualifies. Now you may be thinking, well, I don't want to live in the middle of nowhere. Well, that isn't exactly the case. I have personally been a little surprised at some of the areas that qualify for a USDA loan. They're not in the middle of nowhere. Now, the personal requirements for a USDA loan are a bit nuanced and a bit too much to go through in just this video, but I wanted to mention that as it's absolutely something you should look into if you're buying a property that's a bit outside of town. So, what's the catch? Well, there really isn't a catch here. But there is one small caveat. Even though these loan products that don't require any down payment, there are still closing costs that must be paid. Typical closing costs are attorney fees, title searches, title insurance, prorated tax, and things along that line. Now, typically in Georgia, the buyer pays a vast majority of closing costs. However, and this is a big however, all of that is negotiable. In today's market, which is still a seller's market, but shifting more towards buyers, we are seeing buyers able to get sellers to contribute to closing costs so that a buyer can purchase a home with very little to absolutely nothing down, meaning closing costs as well. Now, if you're in the Atlanta metro area, please reach out to us. We can get you connected with a couple phenomenal lenders that can walk you through these processes, help you see if you qualify as well as pre-qualify for their loans. And if you're outside of the Atlanta metro area, still free to reach out to us because we can connect you with folks in your neck of the woods. Until next time, bye.
Do you want to know more about real estate? Be sure to watch this next video. And don't forget to subscribe. That way you'll know when I drop my next video.